There's a truth I've come to hold close, one that echoes for every man who's faced prostate cancer. The price of health is eternal vigilance. You've fought the fight, stared down the diagnosis, endured the treatments, maybe even heard those golden words, cancer-free. But there's a whisper in the back of your mind, isn't there? That quiet question, could it come back? For millions of men over 60 across the U.S., from the rolling hills of Tennessee to the sunny streets of Arizona, that fear is real. Prostate cancer recurrence is a shadow that lingers, but it doesn't have to steal your peace. I'm not a doctor, but I've seen the stories. Men like Robert, 72, who thought he'd left cancer behind, only to face that whisper again. Today, we're shining a light on that shadow, arming you with the knowledge to spot it, stop it, and keep living your life to the fullest. This isn't about fear, it's about power. The power to know the signs, to stay vigilant, to take action. We're diving into the warning signals of recurrence, how to monitor your health, the treatments that can fight back, and the simple steps you can take to lower your risk. Stick with me. This is your story, and it's one of strength, hope, and taking charge. Let's get started. Quick hello! Where are you tuning in from? Drop your city, like Seattle or Savannah, in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you're ready to reclaim your strength, hit subscribe and tap that bell. You're in for something special. Let's start with the first line of defense: knowing what to look for. Prostate cancer recurrence means the cancer's back, either creeping around where your prostate used to be or sneaking off to places like your bones or lymph nodes. The biggest clue? Your PSA level. That's prostate-specific antigen, a protein your prostate makes. After treatment, it's like a report card for your health. Had surgery to remove your prostate? Your PSA should drop to 0, undetectable. Had radiation? It might not hit 0, but it should settle low, like under 1 nanogram per milliliter, and stay there. Now, here's the red flag: a rising PSA. If you had surgery and your PSA starts showing up, say 0.2, then 0.5 over a few months, that's a warning. After radiation, a jump of 2 points or more above your lowest PSA, like from 0.5 to 2.5, could mean trouble. I met Robert, a 72-year-old golfer from Florida who'd been cancer-free for 5 years after surgery. His PSA was 0 until a checkup showed 0.2. 6 months later, it was 0.5. His doctor didn't panic, but got serious. More tests confirmed a local recurrence. Catching it early made all the difference. But a rising PSA isn't a death sentence. It's a signal to dig deeper. Sometimes it's not cancer, maybe leftover prostate tissue or inflammation. Other signs, bone pain, especially in your back or hips, could mean the cancer's spread. Trouble peeing or unexplained weight loss might pop up too. But here's the thing, recurrence often hides, silent, until a test catches it. That's why staying on top of your checkups is non-negotiable. The American Cancer Society says 70% of recurrences are caught by PSA tests before symptoms even show up. So keep your eyes on those numbers. They're your early warning system. Monitoring's your shield. It's how you stay one step ahead. After treatment, your doctor sets up a follow-up plan, like a roadmap to keep you safe. For the first 2 to 3 years, you'll likely get a PSA test every 3 to 6 months. If things look good, steady, low PSA, you might stretch to every 6 to 12 months. Robert's doctor had him on a 3-month schedule at first, then every 6 months. Felt like a lot of blood draws, he said, but it's what caught his recurrence early. What happens at these visits? Your doctor will ask about any new aches or changes. Say, if peeing's gotten harder or you're more tired than usual, they might do a digital rectal exam or DRE to feel for lumps if your prostate's still there from radiation. If your PSA starts climbing, they'll pull out the big guns. Imaging like a bone scan to check for spread, a CT scan for lymph nodes, or a fancy PET scan to pinpoint tiny cancer spots. The American Urological Association says these tests are key to figuring out where the cancer's hiding and how to tackle it. Good news for us seniors. Medicare's got your back. PSA tests, DREs, and most imaging are covered, so you're not breaking the bank to stay vigilant. Joan, a friend's wife, told me her husband's follow-ups were a breeze with Medicare. No out-of-pocket stress. Just don't skip those appointments. They're your lifeline, catching trouble before it grows. If recurrence shows up, don't lose heart. There are options, and they're better than ever. What you get depends on where the cancer's back and what you've already been through. Let's break it down. If it's local, still in the prostate area, and you had surgery, radiation's often the go-to. External beam radiation zaps the cancer cells left behind, and studies show it stops progression in about 60% of cases. Another option's brachytherapy, tiny radioactive seeds planted right where the trouble is. Had radiation first? A salvage prostatectomy, surgery to remove the prostate, might be on the table, but it's tricky. Scar tissue from radiation makes it tougher, and side effects like incontinence can hit harder. Robert went this route after his radiation failed. Wasn't fun, he admitted, but I'm back swinging clubs. Other options: cryotherapy, freezing the cancer cells, or high-intensity focused ultrasound, which uses sound waves to kill them. Your doctor will weigh what's best for you. If the cancer's spread to bones, lymph nodes, or beyond, hormone therapy's usually the first step. It's called androgen deprivation therapy, or ADT, and it cuts off testosterone, the fuel prostate cancer loves. Drugs like leuprolide or newer ones like enzalutamide do the heavy lifting. If that's not enough, chemotherapy or immunotherapy might come in. A 2023 study in Journal of Clinical Oncology highlighted newer targeted therapies like PSMA-directed drugs that are showing promise. It's a lot to take in, but your doctor's your guide. Talk it through. Here's the deal. Every case is different. Some men with low-risk recurrence might just watch and wait, active surveillance, before jumping to treatment. Others need action right away. Robert's radiation worked, and he's back to his golf game. The key? Trust your healthcare team, ask questions, and know that Medicare often covers these treatments, so you're not fighting alone. Now let's talk about keeping recurrence at bay. You can't lock it out completely, but you can stack the odds in your favor. First up, food. Load your plate with fruits and veggies. Think tomatoes for lycopene, broccoli for its cancer-fighting compounds. A 2020 study linked high vegetable intake to a 20% lower recurrence risk. Cut back on red meat and dairy. Some research suggests they might nudge cancer along. Omega-3s from fish like salmon, they're your friends. Exercise is huge. 150 minutes a week of walking, swimming, or even gardening. Robert started walking his dog twice a day. Keeps us both out of trouble. He laughs. A Journal of Clinical Oncology study found active men had better survival rates. Weight matters too. Obesity's linked to worse outcomes, so losing even 5 pounds can help, says the National Cancer Institute. If you smoke, quit. Smoking makes cancer tougher to treat per the CDC. And don't sleep on your mental health. The fear of recurrence, scanxiety, is real. I talked to a guy, Tom, 67, who dreaded every PSA test. Joining a support group through the Prostate Cancer Foundation changed everything. He found guys who got it. Meditation, a chat with a counselor, or just coffee with a friend can ease the load. Medicare covers mental health visits too. Use them. Let's zoom out. Recurrence isn't the end. It's a chapter. You've already shown you're tougher than the toughest storms. This is about staying sharp, staying connected, and living for the moments that matter. Grandkids' graduations, that fishing trip you planned, or just a quiet morning with your coffee. Every checkup, every healthy meal, every step you take, it's you saying, I'm still here, and I'm not done. Here's what I want you to carry with you. You're not just a survivor, you're a warrior. This fight isn't over, but you're not in it alone. Every PSA test, every broccoli bite, every walk around the block, it's a step toward more life, more love, more you. Share this with someone who needs it, a friend, a brother, a golf buddy. It's not just information, it's a lifeline, a spark of hope you can pass on. Let's start a ripple. Share this video with your bingo pal, your brother, or that cousin stressing over Medicare bills. Text it with a note. We've got this together. Smash that. Like if this fired you up, subscribe, and ring the bell. More gems are on the way. Double check with a pro before signing up. Your health's one of a kind. You've got this, friend. Here's to your strength, your health, and every beat of that warrior heart.